Copy 11 PSI. PSI.
As depressurization continues, we mentioned earlier that we're resuming the spacewalk after experiencing some issues with the battery charge discharge units on the space station last year. That's an important component to the integrated electronics assembly on the space station. The battery charge discharge unit routes power from the station's solar arrays to the batteries so that when the station is in an orbital nighttime, the batteries can disperse that power throughout the station. A failure of the BCDU last year resulted in the first all-female spacewalk on October 18, 2019, as the duo we see today removed and replaced that faulty unit. There was an investigation team formed who performed some work on a ground-based unit and determined they will thermally manage the area so the BCDU is warmer when power is introduced to the power channel. The faulty unit was returned last week on SpaceX 19 and will undergo further testing.
Eight PSI.
Copy. Passing 400. And Christina, I'm going to give you a 5 countdown to close the manual ISO valve.
Copy. And I see 7 PSI.
Copy.
You can hear NASA astronaut Christina Koch reporting the current pressure levels inside the crew lock. Ground teams expect about 3 more minutes until they reach that 5 pounds per square inch depressurization level, and that's when they will pause to check all of the systems and then continue with depressurization.
Point oh for the pressure.
Copy.
81 copy.
Christina, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and close the MPAD.
Okay, depress pump manual isolation valve is closed.
Copy, manual isolation valve closed. On your DCM, switch display status until leak check question mark displayed, and then long yes.
Work. EV1 has leak check. EV2 has leak check.
You can hear the astronauts as depressurization process continues, leak checking their suits, and they will also conduct some tethered checks.
Check complete EV1. Production EVA. Check complete EV2.
And for EV1, EV2, check O2 actuator is on EVA.
Work. And work. EV1 has EVA set. EV2 has EVA set.
Copy, Christina, depress pump manual ISO valve, go ahead and open.
Copy. It is open.
for your SA, the emergency jump tab is also open. We're going to monitor that the CUP gauge stays below 5.5.
EV1 copies. EV2 copies.
And depressurization has continued. The astronauts waiting to reach 0 pounds per square inch before opening the hatch.
When the crew lock is at 2 psi, and I will call you at 100 millimeter of mercury, we will put the manual ISO valve to closed.
Copy. Airlock pressure 4.0.
Copy.
As we mentioned, this is the 4th spacewalk for Christina Koch and the 2nd for Jessica Meir. They have been preparing for this spacewalk by reading the procedures and studying those. However, they have also been preparing for spacewalks for years, actually since they were selected to be astronauts, by training in the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory here in Houston. That allows the astronauts to suit up and work on a full-scale model of the International Space Station underwater, where they can be neutrally buoyant and experience the same kind of feeling that they can expect in weightlessness. Preparation for spacewalks also includes preparing their spacesuits. They refit the suits once they arrive in space to account for any spinal elongation or fluid shifting that has occurred since their arrival to microgravity. Spacesuits weigh about 315 pounds on Earth, but of course that number is reduced to nearly nothing once you're on the space station.
Airlock pressure 2.9.
Copy.
Luca, I'm showing 2.0 in here.
Copy, and I concur. You can go ahead and close the manual ISO valve.
Copy, it is closed.
Copy. You can switch the depress pump power to off, OFF.
Depress pump power off.
Again, Christina, report the initial tether configuration for egress.
Okay, copy. I will start with our connection to the airlock. I see that we have a waist tether small hook on the airlock D-ring extender. Gate is closed and slider is locked. The large hook is also gate closed, slider is locked. I see Christina's left waist tether attached to that waist tether, large hook to large hook. Gate is closed and slider is locked. And I can see the anchor, her small hook is on her left D-ring extender. gate closed, and sliders locked. Also, on her left D-ring extender is her red hook. Gate is closed, slider is locked. I can see that one of her reels is unlocked, and Christina, can you rotate the other one? Both of her reels are unlocked. You can see her green hook is on her red reel. Gate is closed, slider is unlocked. The yellow hook is on her green reel. Gate is closed and slider is locked. And her anchor hook goes to my red reel. That is gate closed and slider locked. Also on my red reel, I have my green hook. Gate is closed, slider is not locked. I can see my red hook is on my right D-ring extender. Gate's closed and slider is locked. Also on my right D-ring extender is my waist tether. Gate closed, slider locked. The other end of the waist tether large hook is on my mini workstation. I can see my yellow hook is on my green reel. Gate is closed and slider is locked. And my anchor hook is on my mini workstation. And both of my reels are unlocked.
IV copies. Looks good.
And Luca, I have one more to report on my end. I have a right waist tether on my right D-ring extender. Small hook is gate closed, slider locked. Large hook of that waist tether is on my mini workstation.
EV1, EV2, that is a good configuration from this side.
And Houston
on your DCM, when the crew lock delta P delta T is about 0, inspect another tone.
D1 copy. EV2 copy.
Jessica, when the EV hatch delta P is less than 0.5 psi, you will be go to open hatch.
Okay, copy. And I'm showing greater than 1, about 2 right now.
Copy.
And Lucas, sorry about stepping on you. We copied a very good report on the safety tether config and concur it's good.
IV copies.
Things progressing smoothly as the astronauts have reported all of their tether configuration. And Commander Luca Parmitano in the equipment lock portion of the crew airlock, demonstrating microgravity on the International Space Station. This is where the astronauts suited up earlier and performed their pre-breathe procedures, preparing them to move to the crew lock portion where they are currently. Depressurization continues in that portion, and they will be soon switching their suits to internal battery power, beginning the start of today's spacewalk.
This is now reading 1.
And I concur, it's consistent with the true lock pressure on the PCS.
Reading 0.8. Copy.
Copy.
As depressurization continues, it's an early morning for most of us in America, being 5:28 a.m. Central Time here in Houston, but it's actually almost about lunchtime on the International Space Station, about 11:30. They operate in Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT.
0.6. Copy.
And again, it's consistent with the reading.
Astronauts Christina Koch and Jessica Meir will soon be switching their suits to internal battery power. That will begin today's spacewalk, and then they will exit the hatch. They will be replacing 3 old nickel hydrogen batteries today, removing those, and putting in 2 new lithium-ion batteries.
Zero 0.5.
Copy and concur.
Crew lock portion of the Quest airlock now at 0.5 pounds per square inch.
Jessica, I read on the PCS less than 0.5. You are go to open the hatch.
51 copies. All right, Christina, I'm going to move down a little bit toward you. Copy. You're clear to do that.
Cook and Meir have received the go to open the hatch.
Latch is unlocked, and I'm unlatching. Okay, I am down to unlatched.
And that's the thermal cover you can see open outside of the Quest airlock. Once they egress, the astronauts will close the thermal cover. However, the hatch will stay open, just in case they need to quickly re-enter the space station in the event of an emergency.
Okay, hatch is open. It's out. And it's in the hatch key.
Copy, Jessica. Good job. Maybe the hatch is open and stowed in the air.
And another quick handover of the Tracking Data Relay Satellite Systems, or TDRS, as we prepare for the astronauts to switch over to internal battery power and start today's spacewalk.
Airlock Houston on 1, we're back with you after a handover.
EV1 copy, Stephanie. Hello. Excited to be talking to you again.
Yes, good morning, Jessica and Christina, and thank you, Luca. Jessica and Christina, on your DCMs, take your power switches to bat, stagger switch throws, and expect a warning tone.
EV1 copies in work. EV2 copies. 1 is in bat. 2 is in bat.
Copy. Check display switch functional.
EV1 display switch functional. EV2 display switch functional.
Christina, on the UIA, take power EV1, EV2, 2 switches to off, OFF.
Copy. Power EV1 and 2 is off, OFF. EV1 has expected water is off message, as does EV2.
Copy the switch position and copy the message. Christina, check power EV1, EV2 LEDs, 4 are off.
They are off.
Copy. You can disconnect your SCUs from your DCMs and stow the SCUs in the pouch.
And at 5:35 a.m. Central Time, 6:35 a.m. Eastern, the astronauts have switched their suits to internal battery power. And that marks the beginning of today's spacewalk.
And Stephanie, I have an expected 50 high message. 50 is normal.
Copy.
That's for EV1.
Copy, Jessica.
And for EV1, SCU is disconnected. It is in the pouch, and my DCM cover is also in place. And same for EV2.
Copy EV1, EV2. Christina, on the crew lock, check depress pump man ISO closed.
It is closed.
Copy. On your DCMs, take your temperature control valves to max hot.
In work. EV1 max hot. EV2 max hot.
Copy. Take your water switches to on.
EV1 water is on. EV2 water on.
Check DCM blank, bite off.
EV1 DCM is blank and bite is off. EV2 DCM blank, bite is off.
Take your temperature control valves as desired.
Copy. EV1 is set at 7. And EV2 is set at 5.
Copy. EV1 is 7 and EV2 is 5. Check your suit P gauges 4.2 to 4.4.
EV1, 4.2. EV2, 4.3.
Copy. 4.2 and 4.3. Take your visors as required for day.
Copy. Copy.
We have good suit parameter data on the ground, and we will take care of the airlock VRIV step.
Copy.
And with that, Jessica, you can egress. And Christina, you can prepare to transfer the ORU bag.
Copy. Okay, copy. EV1 is initiating egress.
The crew has completed all of their checks on their suits. They've prepared their helmet visors to egress into the daytime. You can see astronaut Jessica Meir EV1 or Spacewalker 1 egressing the hatch now, flying about 267 statute miles over the Indian Ocean.
Okay, Christina, I have egress, and I'm going to move over to the forward side. Copy.
You'll be able to differentiate between Meir and Cook today based on their spacesuits.
Stand by, I'm going to get my BRT ready.
You can see Meir has red stripes around the legs of her spacesuit, whereas Cook will only have a white spacesuit.
Okay, if you can push it down a little bit. And I have the string, so you're going to release the ret when it... Okay, can you push it down a little bit more? Sure. It's catching on your waist tether there. Okay. Okay, I've got my DRT on. I'll pass you this one back. Copy. Oh, got it.
You'll hear a lot of acronyms today, one being RET, which you just heard. That's Retractable Equipment Tether. Astronauts make sure that all of their tools are connected to them at all times so that none are lost. Another is BRT, Body Retractable Tether, ensuring they are always connected to the space station.
Okay, Christina, I've got the ORU bag on my BRT. Copy. I'm getting the crew lock bag on my BRT ret. Right. And Stephanie, I have the crew lock bag on my BRT ret.
Copy that, Christina. When Jessica's ready for you, she can give you a go for egress.
I'm ready, Christina. You have a go. Okay. I can see the tethers are nicely in front of you, so if you just come down straight and go to the aft side, we should be in good position. Copy that. Beautiful view out here, Stephanie.
Copy that.
I have egress.
Copy.
Hey, Christina, would you like to start buddy checks? That works for them. That works for me.
We are ready for buddy checks.
If you can face me, I see your green light for your WVS. I see 1, 2, I see 3 tabs up, and I see your left safer handles down. And can you turn a little bit toward your left? Perfect, and your right safer handles down as well. I see a good tether config.
Okay, and for you, I see 1 green WVS light, I see 3 MWS tabs up, and I see 2 safer handles down. And I also concur, good, 2 tether config.
Copy, and EV1 has a dry hap.
Dry hap for EV2.
Copy good buddy checks and copy dry hap for you both. There's a warning and a caution. The warning is about the sharp edge on airlock with number 8 label, and the caution is to avoid contact with deployed test cable. And with that, Jessica, you can translate to P1 to a mile marker 9180 under the FHRC for the anchor hooks.
Okay, copy.
And Christina, you can work on bundling the crew lock bag to the APFR on the WIFX in WIF 11.
Copy.
After performing their buddy checks to ensure each other's suits are in the right configuration, Christina Koch and Jessica Meir are now on their way to the P6 truss, where they will conduct today's spacewalk. After setting up their work site, the duo will begin moving batteries. The first will be an old nickel hydrogen battery that's currently installed on the space station. They'll move that to the external pallet, which will eventually be disposed.
And the crew lock bag is bundled to the APFR in the WIFX.
Copy that. You can retrieve the bundle and stow it on your BRT.
And Christina, looking back, I can see that my tether is just like a little fair lead around that whiff that is just part of the toolbox, but you can just remove it from there if it's in your way.
Okay, I copy.
You can see EV2 or NASA astronaut Christina Koch on your screen right now wearing a full white suit. She is bundling the crew lock bag to the APFR, or the Articulating Portable Foot Restraint. That will give the astronauts a place to stabilize themselves later as they begin moving batteries to and from the integrated electronics assembly.
Copy that. That's the location for the EV1 anchor.
Copy, in work. And Stephanie, I have the APFR and crew lock bag bundle on my BRT.
Copy that. Nice work.
Stephanie, I have my anchor hook on handrail 3652. Gates closed and slider is locked.
Copy, Jessica, and check the reels unlocked.
In work. My reels are both unlocked.
Copy that. And for EV2, the anchor hook location is 3651.
Copy, I'm there now, and it's in work.
And Jessica, friendly reminder to tether to the EV2 anchor hook.
I've just tethered to EV2's anchor hook.
Copy that. Thank you.
Okay, Stephanie, Christina's tether is on 3651. Gates closed and sliders locked.
Copy that. That's a good config. You can give Christina a go to release her waist tether.
Okay, Christina, you have that go to release your waist tether. Copy and in work.
And making her way to the work site today is NASA astronaut Jessica Meir. You've got an astronaut's eye view right now from her helmet camera. You can determine this as Meir's helmet camera by the number 11 in the bottom right-hand corner.
Ring waist tether is attached to the handrail inside the airlock below the UIA.
Copy, Christina. Check the reels unlocked, and you can close the thermal cover.
Copy, in work. C2 reels are unlocked. Going for the thermal cover.
Stephanie, I'm continuing outboard.
Copy that. Can translate to the outboard side of P5. Please check your gauntlets in place prior to crossing the Sarge. And then on P6, avoid contact with deployed and stowed radiators.
Copy. My gauntlets are in place.
Copy.
And the thermal cover is closed.
Copy, Christina. And you can also begin your translation to the outboard side of P5.
And Christina Koch has closed the thermal cover on the hatch. However, as we mentioned, the hatch itself will stay open just in case the astronauts need to re-enter the space station quickly. You can see her there on the left side of your screen, beginning to move toward her work site with Jessica Meir.
I'm at the top of the Cedar Spurs, heading forward.
Copy, Christina. Sunset in 2 minutes.
Copy. Got my third place, and I'm crossing this arch.
Copy, Jessica. Your green hook location on P6 is 5311.
Copy, 5311.
As we mentioned, these spacewalks are a continuation of the battery replacement spacewalks that occurred in October. Those were on the 2B channel of the Port 6 truss, and these today you'll see are on the 4B channel. In October, 6 old nickel-hydrogen batteries were removed and 3 new lithium-ion batteries were installed along with their adapter plates. The adapter plate completes the circuit between those lithium-ion batteries. Today on the 4B channel, 3 old nickel-hydrogen batteries will be removed and 2 new lithium-ion batteries will be installed. And on January 20th, next Monday, we'll have another spacewalk on the 4B channel where 3 old nickel-hydrogen batteries are removed and 1 new lithium-ion battery is installed, completing the work for the P6 truss.
Thirty seconds to a short teacher's handover.
Copy.
As we prepare for a short satellite handover, you can see that the view from Jessica Meir's helmet camera is a little bit darker now. That's because the space station has entered an orbital nighttime.
Copy, Jessica.
Even